it's Melissa. Happy Monday. Better late than never. I know I am super late today. I don't even know what time it is. It's like gotta be like 1 o'clock Pacific, right? All right. So if you're bored at work and you're ready to get home on the East Coast and you just have to get till 5 o'clock, happy crafting. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. This is a fun hack. I love this project. We are gonna do it start to finish. Oh my gosh, I forgot my computer. This is why I'm late, because I'm a mess. Okay, so we're gonna get my computer in a second. But what we're gonna make today are these little gift tags, okay? So these are cutouts and we foiled on them, okay? So I'm gonna show you everything I show you. The link is up top, and I'm gonna get going on this because it takes a little while to cut and then we have to foil, okay? So give me one hot second. Well, actually, let's just get this set up first while you guys are here. So first thing we're gonna do is I am warming up my foil quill. That takes a few minutes to warm up, so make sure you're doing that. Now, the trick with this is you're gonna cut first and then you're gonna foil, okay? All right, so this is the one that I did as a practice. I like to do a practice so that, you know, if things go wrong, I can be like, well, it actually did work, I'm telling you. All right, so I'm gonna get that off to the side. And we are going to do this. Now, this is a foil quill hack, okay? You can do this in any of the silhouette machines. I'm using my Cameo 4 specifically because in the Cameo 4 and the Cameo 3, in the Cameo 4, the Cameo 2, the Cameo 1, and both the portrait machines, you cannot use the foil quill magnetic mat, okay? And so because you can't use the magnetic mat, you then have to use tape when you're gonna put the foil down. Well, I don't like tape. It takes a long time and it bothers me, and I just don't like tape. So this is the hack that I came up with. Now you see I put the paper, I'm using a light grip mat, and I'm going to grab my computer. I'm back. See how fast that was? Okay, so what we need to do with the computer is we are going to first send this to cut. So I'm gonna load this in my Cameo. Now again, I'm using a Cameo 4. This hack works on any of the machines, okay? So the first thing that you're going to do is cut. I've got it all set up. I'm cutting the gift tags first, all right? And like I said, this is gonna take a few minutes because we are cutting so many at once. We are cutting 16 tags, okay? So I made 4 different sets of them. Well, actually, I didn't make them. I literally just opened this design in Silhouette Studio. It's a design that's from So Fancy. I'm trying to find all the different ones, okay? So, oh, you can't even see them. I'm gonna pull you down a little bit more and you can hopefully see them. Okay, and then I just duplicated it 4 times on the cutting mat, all right? Then after it cut, and these pop out real easily, after it cuts, you leave this tags on your cutting mat. So all I did was pull this sheet up. After it cuts, I'm gonna pull this sheet up. Then I'm gonna put an entire sheet of foil over top of this, and you're gonna see what happens. Now, someone's asking, so while this is cutting, we'll answer some questions. So someone's asking, will the magnetic mat work in the Cameo 4? The answer is ish. Because of this gigantic metal bar back here, what happens is the magnets from the magnetic mat stick to that. And so I've lost a magnet before, and then what happens is when you lose a magnet, your material, your foil, ends up moving all over the place. So I don't use my foil quill magnetic mat with my Cameo 4. You also cannot use the magnetic mat with the Cameo 2, the portrait, or the Cameo 1. And the reason is there's not enough clearance. The mat will fit, but there's not enough clearance for the magnets, okay? So this is a hack that you can use to still foil and cut and not have to worry about using tape to hold your foil down, okay? All right, so that's what I'm doing here. All of the links that I am using for all of these products. So the light grip mat, the design set, you get the four tag designs are all together in one set. I think it's $3. It's on So Fancy. I also included a link up there so you guys can get the sentiments, I can never say that word correctly. They are all in the new sketch sketch single line bundle, okay? So that's that. Someone's asking about the Cameo 3. Yes, the magnetic mat works brilliantly in the Cameo 3 because with the Cameo 3, you don't have that giant metal bar like you do on the 4. You also have the higher clearance. So with those two things, the magnetic magnets and the magnetic mat slide through, they don't stick to a metal bar, and they don't hit the rollers, all right? So you're able to do that just fine on the Cameo 3 with the foil quill mat, magnetic mat. This is why I'm showing you this hack though, because everybody can use this. I could do this exact same thing on my Cameo 3 if I wanted. Now, if you have a portrait and you don't have, the magnetic mat only comes as the 12 by 12, so you can't even fit it in there, okay? So that's this. Now, to make things even easier, I use a 12 by 12 for something like this specifically. I'm using a 12 by 12 sheet of the foil because I don't have to worry about cutting it, I don't have to do anything, all right? So all I'm gonna do when this is done cutting is take a sheet of foil, this one I've already used, you can see, and I'm going to place it right on top of the tags that I already cut. And then I'm going to turn on the cut lines for the sentiments, okay? And it's gonna foil right on there. You see how pretty that is? This gold foil, and no matter what color foil you use, obviously that'll be the color that you get with your foil. And there's lots of different colors, all right? I like this one with the candy cane. These are all just pop right out, okay? Okay. Do you have to use the mat with the magnetic mat? Yes. You do have to use, if you are using the magnetic mat, which I am not, this is a hack to avoid the magnetic mat because you can't use it in any of the machines except the Cameo 3, according to Melissa. If you are using the magnetic mat, which I don't even know where my I have it nowhere around here, but it sits on top of your regular cutting mat, okay? It sits on the gridded area. Then your paper goes on top of that, then your foil goes on top of that, and the magnets go on top of that. So it's this big sandwich, and it keeps it all together. This almost works even faster, all right? And you're not, so I'm doing 16 tags all at once, all right? So that's what we're doing here. And I wanted to show you this from start to finish so you guys can see how this process works. Because I put up a photo this weekend of, or I think maybe it was Friday, of how I did foil on clear sticker paper, and you basically all went crazy like, wait, how'd you do that? All right, so that's what we're doing. Now, I'm also warming up my foil quill. I'm pointing down here because it's plugged into my outlet. And I'm gonna grab that in a second. So as soon as this is done, which it's almost done, you'll see this next step that we have to do, all right? So while we're waiting, if anybody has any questions, I am not able to see previous questions, so if you have a question, just post it and I'll try to answer. And we'll go from there. I love these little tags and how they have the cutouts. Can you see that? Let's see. Just show you. So this is how the tag is. See how it's completely cut? Yep. The magnetic mat is wonderful. I love the magnetic mat with my Cameo 3. Okay? All right. Aren't these cute? I love these. They're from Printable Cuttable Creatables. If you're familiar with Kristen's shop on So Fancy, they're literally, I didn't even resize them. These came in as the set of 4, and I just did 4 copies of it on. They fit 4 copies fit great right on my cutting mat. And then I brought in the little designs, these little single line. This is what's great about the designs that are created specifically for pens, sketch pens, engraving, embossing, or the foil quill. They're single lines. See that? Because otherwise you would get the outline of your text if you don't use single line designs. And so we just started, or we just launched a foil quill bundle on So Fancy that will work perfectly for this. And the sentiments are included in that. Okay, so we're done cutting. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to remove my cutting mat. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to remove the negative area, okay? Oops. All right, so when I remove the negative area, I want to keep my tags on there. Oops. let's see. Okay, and you want to make sure that they don't move because we are simply going to go in, and I have them positioned in Silhouette Studio so that the foiling happens directly over them. So we're going to leave this like this. Now I want you to see Studio. This is how I have Silhouette Studio, okay? I'm going to switch. I'm just cutting by color. So now I'm going to switch in the cut by line color. And you're going to see that now the only thing, once it pops up, the only thing that's now going to cut, or in this case, foil, is those yellow lines. And the yellow lines are the sentiments on top of this. So all I need to do now is take my full piece of foil. Now you can see my mat has foil on it. I've designated this mat for this type of project, okay? So if you're not willing to get foil on your mat, don't do this. All right, now start at one corner. I like to start at the top. I know it's the bottom for you, it's the top for me. And I'm sticking the foil directly to the mat, okay? Now, this is where a full sheet of foil and a full set of designs that need to be foiled is wonderful because I am going to use this full sheet. Now make sure that it's stuck down everywhere. You want to make sure with your foil that you don't have wrinkles if you can help it. I like to go between my paper that's underneath, okay? And this is going to make sure that my foil sticks where I want it, okay? This is a hack, remember. Don't anybody yell at me for getting foil on my mat. I know, but I always use this mat when I do this, okay? All right, now we are going to use our foil quill with, I'm just using the brick, so this is a power brick. And if you're using with the Cameo 4, you want to use the D adapter. If you're using with any of the other Silhouette machines, you want to use the A adapter, okay? The foil quill A adapter. All right, now, stick that up there. And load this in, okay? All right. And I will send this to now foil, okay? It's going to foil on the areas, only on the areas that I'm telling it to. So it's not going to cut anymore, okay? Now, someone's asking me, can I please do a chart with material cut settings for the Cameo 4? I am working on it, and there are so many that I think what I'm going to end up doing is putting some of them on the blog, and some of them will end up being in an updated version of either a guide or a mini guide, okay? Because there are literally endless options, and you guys have no idea how long it has taken me to test and retest all the different tips with all the different materials and all different types of conditions. It is a ton of time and work. So we're gonna give you guys the ones that you are most asking for. I already put, I think I have foil, I think I have felt on there already, craft foam on there already. Some of the default cut settings work fine, like the cotton for fabric and different things like that. So we'll put some of them on there, but the more, some of the other ones, I'm not sure that we're gonna put everything on the blog. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, but this is now foiling. And what's going to be really great is when we're done, this is the part I already took off. When we're done, I'll just be able to remove the foil, and then my tags that are underneath here will be foiled. And because I have them positioned in the exact spot in Silhouette Studio, they will be centered right on here. So I don't even need to use my pick scan or anything like that. Someone's asking what adapter, hi Mary, what adapter I am using for my foil quill in my Cameo 4. The D adapter that comes with the Cameo 4. Back up. There's an A, B, C, and D adapter that come with a foil quill, okay? The A adapter is listed as the adapter that you should use with your Silhouette Cameo. However, because they've changed the size of the carriage on the Cameo 4, it doesn't fit. But the D adapter, which is intended by We Are Memory Keepers for the Sizzix machine, actually works very well in the Cameo 4. Now, there's no teeth for the for the lock to lock into, but it works just fine, as you can see. So those of you who are just joining, we are making another set of these tags. They're gonna come out just like this. The tags, the paper tags are underneath here already. I laid a full sheet of foil on there, and they are now foiling. So wait for the big reveal, all right? Someone's asking, how do I know that the words are lined up with the tags? Well, what I did in Silhouette Studio is this. So what you can see that's yellow is the words. All right, so I lined them up correctly, centered them before I started in the software, and then I gave them a different color than the paper, so I can turn on and off the cut lines using that way. And if I don't move anything between the cut and the foil, they'll line up exactly where I want them, okay? So that's it. Now, I did even take the cutting mat out. And it will still work fine because we've got them all set up in Studio this way, and because it doesn't have to be exact like it would on a printing cut. Okay, so these will work just fine. You'll see I'm using my brick because the foil quill only has like a 2-foot cord, and if you have to plug this thing, which it needs to be plugged in to supply the heat, if you have to plug this thing in, then you'll end up stretching. So I use the brick. All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna pull you guys down here so you can see what's going on. So now, I actually like to remove my quill while I'm doing this because it is hot. Okay, so now I just need to pull my foil up. Now, those of you who weren't here, when I warned you about this before, you do get foil on your mat, but I designate my mat this way, okay? All right, so now my tags are all done. And I just use my little, what is this? A spatula. And I just need to pop out those other little parts, okay? So, and they'll pop out. Just need to, yep, okay? So that's all you have to do. You've got the circle in there, and voila, okay? All right, so that's it, okay? I've got 4 sets of them. I did them all at once, all 16, all at once, okay? Different shapes, all with different sentiments. You can put, whatever you want on there. And if you wanted, you could even do a back front. If you had planned earlier, you could make them so they're double-sided, just put 2 together like that. I didn't plan ahead, so I don't have that option right now. But that's it. That's all you have to do. So you guys, feel free to re-watch this video. I'm actually also going to have to, I'm actually putting this on the blog. It'll be on the blog later this week so you can see exactly how that worked. I gotta pop these little snowflakes out, but they are super cute. They come out looking like this. Okay, ba la 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 la. And that's it. All right, another cool project. Hopefully, again, you can do this with any and all machines. I don't know. Somebody just gave me a mean face. Take it back. Oh, Siri's talking to me now too. Okay, everybody's just talking to me. There's no one here. Siri's talking, whatever. All right, guys, I hope you have a fabulous afternoon. If you're making tags, remember I threw the links up there for everything that you saw here. From everything from the designs to the cutting mat, to the foil quill, to the brick, to the 12 by 12 foil, everything, okay? All right, guys, have a great afternoon. I'll see ya.